I'm very excited about what's happening at Technion. We've got tremendous investment in the company in terms of new brands, new designers, tremendous new products, adding key people in important areas of the company, and connecting everything on a worldwide basis.
We're bringing together great people to go beyond what's just expected, to create great experiences for our customers over and above furniture.
The primary vision of Technion Studio is a total commitment to design. We've been very fortunate to work with world-class designers as well as have an amazing partner in B&B Italia.
The exciting part of Technion Textiles is it's available on anyone's furniture. It's a great new line that has no past. It only has a future. It's all about dualities, and it's all about new beginnings.
Finishes are an incredibly important additive to our furniture. The finish has this opportunity to bring an elegance and a height of tangibility at an emotional level that will make us so much more progressive and put us in leadership positions in many of our bid situations.
In our design team here, we're not only creating the fundamentals to standard product development, which allow you to make variation from, but as well for custom product development, which oftentimes is groundbreaking new product design, which pushes our boundaries, stretches our thinking in creating new products.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We're so ready.
We continue to improve the flexibility and effectiveness of the manufacturing organization, the development of the skills and knowledge of our people, the application of lean principles to both the manufacturing floor and the administrative areas, and our continuing capital investment program.
With a machine like this, we're able to take our customers' new, fresh ideas and turn them into a reality much faster than we could before.
What truly separates us from our competition is something that you're never going to find on a financial balance sheet. It's our people who work in a culture that acknowledges their hard work, their creativity, and the results that they produce. That's our secret.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We're seeing the results of our values, a strong and respected presence we built together worldwide. Is it easy? No way. But you know what? It just makes it that much more meaningful when we win and we get to serve the most iconic brands in the world.
As the balance shifts toward emerging economies, we need to respond, extending our global reach. Today, more than ever, we are connecting as one Technion to consistently deliver worldwide.
We're ready.
Siamo pronti.
我们准备好了。
Suntem pregătiți.
Estamos listos.
Estamos prontos.
Мы готовы.
On est prêt.
We're ready.
We're writing the next chapter of Technion's story, and we look forward to working with our partners in the future.
Strategically, we've always believed in owning our own factories. Today, our manufacturing organization has 18 focused factories. They are in total control of all aspects of engineering, production, quality control, and shipment. The focus means that they're focused on the production of an individual product. If you have a bunch of different factories, each of them makes one product in particular, and they control all aspects of that product. So whether it's custom wood veneer products, or back-painted glass fascias, or fabric-wrapped fascias, we own all of the facilities that produce those products. With the introduction of our in-house glass manufacturing, we have an unprecedented level of control over all the facilities that supply our architectural products. I see two main advantages to our manufacturing strategy. Firstly, we directly control all aspects of the quality and production schedule, allowing for on-time project completion. And secondly, we have a wealth of knowledge that we can bring to bear to develop unique solutions for our customers' needs.
This was a special machine that was purchased for the Encana project, which allows us to do 120 inches by 48 inches, which is a non-standard size. It actually press fits the glass onto an aluminum extrusion. For Encana, we did over 56 floors. With the help of these machines, we were able to produce over 20 miles of demountable walls with glass inserts for the Encana project out in Calgary.
At the end of the day, it's our job to make our customers' need a reality that is cost-effective, good quality, and efficient.
Vivint is a home automation and security company. If you divide the word Vivint, Viv is the Latin for live and int is intelligent. So Vivint is live intelligently. Of all the furniture companies I've worked with, Technion gives me the best customizing abilities. They have a design team that can try and design those features that were needed to accomplish our jobs here. The glass walls, the Optos walls, we had problems with people slamming glass doors because they're all slider doors. Immediately they stepped up, they came to us and said, you know what, let us figure out a way to do a soft close on these doors. To this day in this building I've had no shattered glass doors. At Vivint we innovate daily and we need a furniture company that can innovate daily with us. Technion has stepped up and innovated on their product, and that has helped us meet our timelines for serving our market. They do a pretty dadgum good job. Technion's excellent.
Samsung is all about change. We create, innovate, and change everything on a daily basis. We needed to create a space that can accommodate change.
Samsung moves the walls around a lot. We were able to space plan with their walls and had full adjustability for now and for the future.
With the Altos product, we are able to create flexible meeting rooms. At a moment's notice, we can tear apart, convert them into offices, or change it as we please, and there's no more requirement for any construction work.
The walls allowed us to have the transparency of light that we were looking for, an acoustically sound door, as well as elements of the walls could be used as a work tool, such as the whiteboarding or pin-up space that the types of spaces demanded.
They were able to accommodate for us everything, from the glass walls to the partition walls, where we actually created a custom bracket for our monitors.
In the space, we were able to create a high-tech environment. Obviously, with Samsung being the client, they had a lot of different componentry that we could use and enable to make people collaborate and think differently. Working with Technion was a very good experience. We were able to bring Samsung's culture of innovation to life, and Technion was a big part of that.
Change horses in the furniture industry very quickly. So once you make the decision, it's for keeps, it's for the long term. One of the things that was important in our planning for the way the environment worked from the start was how well does it reconfigure. We got some great advice from a wise old sage in space planning who told us it's the day the project ends is the day it begins. And so when everything's done and the paint's dry and it looks pretty, get ready because you're going to start changing it all over again. And we had to be prepared for that. When we started this process, the emphasis on the work environment was all about employee personal work privacy, quietness, acoustics, isolation, if you will. It was all about how well can an individual get their job done, free from the typical distractions of daily work. That has morphed into a wide open collaborative work environment, so the wall heights have to come down. There was more of an emphasis on teamwork, informal communication, informal collisions, people running into each other or seeing each other. We still have the same product we bought in 1990. That's where we got lucky. We bought a stackable panel frame that allowed us to come back down without discarding, entire 66-inch panels. We took one stack off and now we're down to the standard 51-inch height. You cannot tell which product was bought in 1990, which product was bought in 2000, save for the fabric that's been replaced on the panels. One of the first questions that has come up is what's happening to all of the old furniture? All of the panel, all of the work surfaces, all of the pedestal files, all being redeployed. You don't find Harley-Davidsons in junkyards, and you don't find much of our Technion product landing in a junkyard either. That's another great testament to the Technion product. The first go-around in 1990 was not, as we say, on brand. We had pastel colors that were popular for interior design in the late 1980s. It was new product, it looked great, it performed well, but it didn't speak to Harley-Davidson. The flexibility of the Technion product, however, was that we weren't married to, one palette of color. And so the interchangeability of the elements really allowed us to say, let's go on brand here, right? Let's get some orange and black. We are a relationship company. Relationships are a very important part of the culture. Relationships play a big factor in the work that we do and in the way the culture operates internally with suppliers. And the give and take that Technion demonstrated from day one on this whole thing has been very important to us. Here we are 25 years later with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of purchase orders to the local dealer and to Technion directly. Not once did we stop, scratch our heads and say, gee, maybe we didn't make the right decision.
The Living Building Challenge is an environmental standard that requires buildings and projects to generate as much electricity as they use in a year, to survive entirely on the water that naturally falls on the site, and to contribute no waste to public sewage systems. The Bullitt Center and the McGillivray Park project, which is adjacent to the property, are both endeavoring to meet those performance-based goals. The Living Building Challenge really focuses on healthy environments for human occupants. It looks at toxic materials in a way that many other building standards don't. There is a list of prohibited chemicals called the Red List of Materials. For a furniture manufacturer to have their furniture in the Bullitt Center, they had to demonstrate that their products didn't contain any of these toxic chemicals, that they met certain volatile organic compound thresholds, and essentially weren't going to be contributing any toxic chemicals to the fresh air that tenants are breathing day in and day out as they work in this building. The binders, the coatings, the adhesives that we use to put that furniture together can eventually off-gas into the air inside a building. Technion worked very hard to vet their products of chemicals like formaldehyde, a known carcinogen, and make sure that the furniture that was delivered to the Bullitt Center wasn't going to have that negative indoor air quality impact. When you walk into the Bullitt Center or you're a tenant in the Bullitt Center, you'll notice a few things. Number one is the flood of daylight that is constantly coming into the building throughout the year. The large floor-to-ceiling windows really draw usable daylight into the space. Another thing that tenants are reacting well to is the beautiful wood ceiling, the heavy timber structure. In a way, it's a return to the traditional construction type of the region. And then finally, all tenants in the Bullitt Center have their primary workstation within 30 feet of an operable window. And they're guaranteed, as part of their lease, to have unobstructed views out through the windows to the exterior. So the furniture really contributed to this goal by having low partition heights, by having comfortable spaces where tenants could work. They could execute their daily tasks but still have connection to the outdoors, to outside, and to really feel connected to what's happening beyond the walls of the building. The design solutions put forth by Technion really met our needs as tenants. The Bullitt Center was really designed to be an open office work environment. The furniture really helps kind of advance that concept. By having low partition heights, tenants are able to interact with one another, they're able to move comfortably through the spaces, and they're able to get fresh air, views, daylight, all these things that this open office plan promises. The inspiration for the Bullitt Center really comes from years and years of environmental research, environmental funding. We can no longer continue to build as we have. We need to be aware that buildings consume huge amounts of energy, they consume huge amounts of natural resources, and generate a tremendous amount of waste. The real goal of the Bullitt Center was to really look forward into the future and demonstrate what is possible given our current technology. My name's Joe David. I work for Point32. We are a real estate development company that assisted the Bullitt Foundation in the creation of the Bullitt Center. We also happen to be tenants in the building.